In today's episode of Home Media Minefield, I'm going to be looking at the Blu-ray of El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, coming up. Hello, I'm Keith and welcome to Home Media Minefield, helping you with information to navigate the complexities of home cinema and home media entertainment. And as I said in the intro, today I'm going to be looking at El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, directed by Vince Gilligan as a sequel to the highly successful Breaking Bad series. Now, I've already done an unboxing for the limited edition Steelbook that is available, and it's also, of course, available as an ordinary Blu-ray release. Some areas also include a DVD of this. The one here in the UK contains just the Blu-ray disc. Now, this has been released by Sony Pictures, and currently it is only available as a DVD or a Blu-ray. There is no 4K UHD available at this time. However, this is a good quality disc which includes a wealth of extras, so we'll get into that now. Okay, first up with the picture, and this is somewhat curious insomuch as this film was shot in 6.5K with a 4K digital intermediate. Now, this is currently streaming on Netflix, and on Netflix it is streaming as a 4K version. However, the high-def Blu-ray is obviously 1080p. Now, having said that, this Blu-ray quality is superb. The image looks great, the colours pop, and it is clear and presented in its original aspect ratio. So I don't have any problem with that, but it is unusual that Sony have chosen only to release it as a Blu-ray. It's curious because it was the same situation when I reviewed The Haunting of Hill House earlier this year, which was also a Netflix show that was available to stream in 4K, and yet the physical media release had just been on Blu-ray. Again, I'm not sure on the decisions around this. It's possibly something to do with the marketplace and the fact that Blu-ray is still much more popular than 4K UHD. But suffice to say that this is a great picture on here. Okay, on to the audio, and another similar situation in the fact that there is not a Dolby Atmos track on this, although that was on offer on the Netflix streaming version. The soundtrack on this Blu-ray is a DTS 5.1 mix. Now again, I have to say, the system that I'm listening isn't a Dolby Atmos system in any rate, but the 5.1 mix was great. There was a lot of atmosphere and separation, and the music and dialogue balances were just about right. So again, don't really see anything wrong with the audio that we have on this Blu-ray. However, some people may question why it doesn't include a Dolby Atmos track when it could have. Now onto the special features, and this is really where you do get your money's worth because there is an impressive amount of special features on this release. First up, you get an audio commentary by writer-director Vince Gilligan and Aaron Paul, who plays Jesse Pinkman and also serves as a producer on this. Now, they talk in a lot of depth about various aspects of the production. They start with things like the decision to shoot digital on this. Breaking Bad had always been shot on 35mm, but Better Call Saul had been shot on digital. And they had a lot of discussion as to what they were going to do this Breaking Bad movie in, and decided to go with the digital format for this. They talk about how helpful the people of Albuquerque were in the filming of this and how they were able to keep the entire shoot under wraps. And Vince Gilligan is very good at crediting everyone from the visual effects team to the makeup department to the stunt department and so on. They talk about how they had to keep Bryan Cranston's involvement in this top secret. And they also reveal that Robert Forster was able to see the film, even though this film was actually released on the day that he sadly passed away. So that was a great accompanying audio commentary. There is also a second audio commentary called a super commentary, which I listened to a little bit of, but haven't listened to the full thing. And this is where 46 of the cast and crew members talk about individual scenes within the film. Now it kicks off with Jonathan Banks, who plays Mike Ehrmantraut, and he starts off talking about the opening scene, and then they pass over to various crew members for the rest of the commentary. Now, because I haven't listened to it all, I can't tell you any more details than this, but I'm sure that there are some really fascinating anecdotes about the production that come out of this. So again, it's nice to have a second audio commentary included on this, as well as the incredibly informative main commentary. Now next up we have 16 minutes of extended and deleted scenes. Now unfortunately there is no optional commentary included with this, but one of the things that came out of the main commentary was how cooperative Netflix were during this production, and I've heard this right the way across the board with films such as Roma by Alfonso Cuarón, right the way through to The Irishman by Martin Scorsese. And Vince explained that there weren't any restrictions in running time, but he did remove certain aspects as he felt it made the story flow better and the structure slightly tighter. Now these deleted scenes include more with Skinny Pete trying to stash the El Camino car, more of Jesse and Todd's road trip, an additional scene with Robert Forster, and Jesse dealing with a bullet wound following the shootout scene, which was actually cut entirely from the narrative. Again, I'd have liked some commentary to have given these scenes a little bit more context, but it's nice that they were included on this anyway. Then you get a 6-minute gag reel. These things are always good fun. Actors flubbing their lines, dancing, winding each other up, all of the usual stuff. You then get a 28-minute making of documentary. This contains lots of behind the scenes footage and interviews with cast and crew. Production designer Judy Rees takes us around the sets on the soundstage, and you also get interviews with all the recurring characters about how their characters have evolved, particularly the character of Jesse Pinkman. So it's nice that a lot of the crew get the opportunity to be interviewed and to speak about their craft. You then get a 22-minute featurette called Scene Study, and this is where Vince Gilligan picks 3 scenes from the film and shows overheads and storyboard comparisons to how he actually planned the shoot. It's quite interesting actually. It shows overheads of where all the camera placements are for these particular scenes, and then the scenes play out along with the storyboards of them, and you get quite a bit of Vince Gilligan being interviewed about the process of directing. You then get 11 minutes of promotional materials. This includes trailers and little short films that set up this story, some of which were released as trailers prior to the film's release. And then you get 3 minutes of Rodeo's effects, showing where they had used green screens and digitally replaced backgrounds, etc., to make it match previous work on Breaking Bad, as well as the CG effects that they used for the explosion of Candy welding. And that about wraps it up. There are a decent amount of special features including on this, which makes buying the physical media version worthwhile in my opinion. And that brings me to the end of another home media minefield. If you found this information useful or helpful in any way, then please do like, subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss anything moving forward. I post review and unboxing videos every week, but if there's anything in particular that you'd like me to look into, then please do put that down in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. But in the meantime, I thank you for your time today, and I will speak to you at the next Home Media Minefield. Bye for now.